everyone, welcome to Foxon Media Digital. My name's Amy, and today I'm joined by Joel Kornblum, who is Director at Client Solutions Sales Engineering at FactSet. So welcome, Joel. It's great to have you on the channel.
Nice to see you, Amy.
Yeah, of course, you're our event partner for TSAM Toronto, so we wanted to catch up with you ahead of the event, just to have a little spotlight on you and your company. So would you mind just introducing yourself and telling us a bit about FactSet?
Sure. My name is Joel Kornblum again. My official title is Director of Client Solutions Sales Engineering. What we do at FactSet, or what my team does at FactSet, is often called solution architecture. We help our clients solve problems, help our clients, create solutions that revolve around their front, mid, and back office requirements.
Amazing. So on that note, can you share your perspective on what you're seeing in the new system and operating model technology space at the moment?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot here. I guess starting off with the constant, and the constant is the need for consistent data and technology to support the end-to-end investment process, often from the front office, portfolio managers, and so on. There's a lot of industry message coming across, through the investment technology space, which I'll call the continuum. The continuum traverses the front, mid, and back office, and the requirements around the capability to support either software, buy and implement, managed services, or some people in the old days used to call it component outsourcing, outsourcing only parts of our operations, or outsourcing. And then there's various options for software. We hear multiple messages around things like, I can sell you a single end-to-end system to support all of your needs. We also see the need to, or vendors or suppliers offering best of breed capabilities to support, individual discrete capabilities, and various forms of connectivity, including flat files, APIs, data sharing, and so on. And then there's all sorts of options for services, as I mentioned, full outsourcing or part of outsourcing, or component outsourcing. And then the last part of this is what we'll call the hybrid approach. The hybrid approach has an investment management firm thinking about a combination of both technology and services assembled to meet the bespoke needs of each discrete office, front, mid, and back office. And finally, there's the players. We see a wide array of players, the traditional fintechs like FactSet and other software providers or software and data providers. There's the asset servicers who have gone into the space in a big way, and then there's the outsource providers who are providing both the outsourced capabilities, but without the asset servicing capabilities. So that's the operating model and system technology landscape that exists right now.
That's great. Thank you for that overview. Very concise, and that's certainly what we're seeing as well. So that's on the vendor side, and those are sort of solutions out there. What about on the client side? How are they dealing with all of this?
Well, to start with, clients are dealing with a lot of confusion and uncertainty, partly because there's so many different messages coming across, and it's really difficult to untangle those various messages. So clients are asking themselves questions like, what's our core? What business are we really in? Are we in the business of managing data, or are we in the business of managing investments? And if we don't want to manage the data, can we give that up? Obviously, data is, we continue to hear the message in the industry, data is a commodity. And it's a very valuable commodity, and people and our clients in the investment management industry believe that's a differentiating capability within each organization. So often we don't see people wanting to give up their data, but how are they going to help wrangle it with the technology, the outsourced providers? We see clients asking about or having to solve things like, minimizing or reduced budgets, but bigger demands on their need to be able to manage, support, deliver to their front, mid, and back office. So we'll call that resource elasticity. Variable costs for if my business grows, I need to have more capability. If my business compresses or contracts, I need to have less. Is there a way to manage that? And then new requirements for areas that might not have existed before, like data science, or new expertise, or cloud architects and things like that. And then the other questions that they're asking is, how do we enable the front office with data to support their analysis and investment decisions? And finally, what are our best approaches? We hear the word the BORs, the books of records, across all the entire investment continuum. Our clients are faced with the need to support ABOR, IBOR, PBOR, Performance Book of Record, and BOR, Analytics Book of Record. And what they're trying to do is untangle that mess. So um, that's kind of what we're seeing, and our clients are trying to overcome the confusion.
Absolutely. So yeah, how do you actually help your clients untangle this mess and navigate those questions?
Yeah, it's a big task. I think we've taken the approach a little bit differently than maybe some traditional software vendors, because often we see people coming in and trying to fit a solution into a box that a client that a client may need. It may be a partial, it may be a complete solution, but we've decided through the team that I'm on, which is I'm using the word solution architecture, to maybe take a little bit of a different approach, which is we've created the notion of what we call reference designs and blueprinting. If we think about that, the idea of blueprinting is understanding what a client is doing, asking questions, um, or I like to say, ask before we tell, and then help with drawing pictures, trying to arrive at an overall solution that will include potentially data, applications, potentially services, implementation of any solution that we arrive at, across the continuum to support the various books of records that clients need. And so that's a very powerful tool. We're seeing clients embrace it, and FactSet has taken the approach of, this is a value add to our clients. We don't charge for it, but we're seeing clients embrace the idea because it helps them get a clearer picture of where we can help, and maybe where some of the gaps that they have could be filled by FactSet capabilities.
That's great. So are those gaps often the same? Are you noticing trends in the types of things that clients need? Or is there sort of a one size fits all solution for them? Or it sounds like you've got a very personalized client experience and way of figuring out what they need to best serve them. So how do you go about that?
Yeah, we ask a lot of questions, and I think that's the biggest thing. A traditional sales model, and again, maybe this is being a little bit, cynical around the sales process, is, hey, I've got a solution. Let me see if I can, fit it into a client. And we've flipped that on its head and said, before we tell, let's ask. And so that's kind of, an interesting approach. But in addition to that, one of the things, I've only been at FactSet about a year and a half, but one of the things that I've noted with FactSet is FactSet is viewed by many of our clients, and we literally have thousands of them, as a real partner to them. By the time we engage them in our role, we often have the clients have already acknowledged that they want to do more with fewer partners, and we're fortunate that clients have opened the door to allow us to be one of those partners to help them effectively untangle that mess. So FactSet can offer a wide array of capabilities, including data, software, managed services, implementation, outsourcing, and we also partner with a lot of the largest players across the continuum of providers, from front office trading, data, asset servicers, and so on, to help our clients help take some of those problems away from the clients, out of the client's hands. We help simplify interactions between the clients and our partners and their partners. And the other thing that I find really interesting, and is a little bit unique about FactSet, and frankly, sometimes people who've been here for a long time take for granted, is the fact that we already bring huge value because of the fact that we have 40 years of experience with massive data sets, plumbing data into our platform, clients and often spend a lot of time figuring out how to source, integrate data. So a great example of that is benchmark data. We take it for granted that we've got access to thousands of benchmarks to support the performance and risk process. Clients who are buying just a discrete performance measurement platform or an attribution platform have to go find the data, plumb it in, figure out how to make it hum along. Other areas that we help our clients with solutions include things like other data sets like symbology. How do we cross-reference security data, entity level data? These pose major challenges for clients as we continue to think about the needs that they have around compliance, risk reporting, and so on. And then the last notion of how we help them arrive at a solution is what we call that getting to that blueprint again, which is because we've asked all those questions, because we have a fairly good understanding and clients have been generous in their ability to provide us with that information, we're able to overlay both FactSet and other capabilities on top of their current model to see where we can help. And that's the asking questions. And often, just to give you an example, we'll have 10 ideas, and a client will take us up on 4 of them, which is great because we can help solve a lot of those problems. So that's kind of how we help clients arrive at solutions.
That's fantastic. And as you say, you're so well established in this industry. I'm sure a lot of firms are already familiar with FactSet, but it sounds like the best point of call is for them to just sort of chat with you in person, really get to the crux of what problems they're dealing with. And they can do that either in person at our summit, the Summit for Asset Management, or otherwise, by connecting with the FactSet team or one of your partners, as you say. So thanks so much for joining. Any closing thoughts before we end the video?
Yeah, well, thanks for that. Thank you for your time, by the way. Yeah, I think the 1 or 2 parting thoughts I would say is that I've been in this industry a really long time, and this is probably one of the most significant transitional or turmoil phases, because it used to be that arriving at a solution was easy or easier, but with significant changes to the industry, the new technologies like Gen AI, cloud data sharing, changes or new approaches to the operating models like outsource hybrid approaches, new data sets needed to support new investment instruments. What I can say is that FactSet's at the forefront of these. We make significant investment in all of these technologies, and we continue to partner with the best players in the industry and with our clients to help support our clients' current and evolving needs. So we'll look forward to seeing people at TSAM talking a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a period of transformation. We're seeing a lot of things happening. It's great that you're one step ahead, and acknowledging that. So thanks so much for taking part, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the summit. But yes, thank you everyone for watching, and take care.
Thank you.
Don't forget to follow our YouTube channel for more content on challenges and opportunities in asset management, wealth management, and ESG. And don't forget to give this interview a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button.